Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am on my way back from the range and I am not a happy camper. I took my 6.5 Grendel AR platform modern sporting rifle out to the range with the intent of getting my Zulus HD. Now that's my 5-20 without the laser rangefinder on it, just the base model Zulus. Got this from Arken back last fall, early winter. Did some shooting and monkeyed around with it, but got this thing out with the intent of having it mounted up on the 6.5 Grendel. Ran into an issue with it, which is sparking off this content. So I'm driving right now. This is all fresh on my mind, unscripted, but it is some fodder for a little bit of content here that I think a lot of people may be interested in. So first off, what happened with the Zulus? So fired the Zulus up and did the one-shot zero. If you're not familiar with that, you can check out all kinds of content on it, and that worked great. Really had no issues with it, and it's a feature that I love about the Zulus, as well as the Thermnight from DNT. But anyways, yeah, issue I ran into is the recoil from my 6.5 Grendel. After 2 to 3 shots, just kept shutting down the Zulus. The thing would just keep shutting off. Tried a couple different batteries out, making sure I wasn't just having a malfunction with the battery that had low bars or just whatever with the batteries. And that was not the issue. I checked the app and the firmware. Firmware is up to date with the latest version. Now, a situation I did run into with this Arken Zulus is this is one of the earlier Zuluses, 5-20 HDs, that has a operating system that I cannot actually use the DNT app with this. I got to stick with the Arken one with it. Another area of some different content here, but back at it. So my Zulus kept shutting off after 2 to 3 times firing the 6.5 Grendel on the AR platform. Now this is not a high recoil caliber or a high recoil rig really, but something was jarring it to shut it off. So if you've run into any issues with the Zulus or Thermnight shutting off from recoil, please, I would appreciate some feedback. If you got some comments, let me know. But what I am doing here is this is going to be a follow-up on how is a return process going to be handled with, in this case, if you're dealing with Zuluses now, with DNT. So if you're not familiar, got some other content out there, but Arken has kind of, we could say, branched into their electronics division, and we'd call that DNT. So the Zuluses and Thermnight are now being managed and handled by DNT, even if you've got an Arken one. So I reached out to DNT via social media first, a couple quick questions, got a quick response from one of their guys, and some direction on filling out the forms on the DNT webpage to get a return going. That is the interesting part that we're going to find with this. So what I'm going to do is kind of call this part 1 of doing a return with DNT, communication with the company, reporting back on how this whole process goes, how quick it is, how streamlined it is. Now we are dealing with a Labor Day weekend here, 2024, early September if you're watching this, and I did go online and submit the RMA authorization form, which they need my serial number, proof of purchase, and things like that to kick that off. So I did send that on over to DNT already on the weekend, and I'm not really pressed right now, waiting for that response to come back. But I am going to actually report back how long that response takes, what the response is, what is the reply, is this thing going to be repaired, replaced, what's going to go on with it, how are they going to get this thing back, are they going to send me a tracking label or whatnot. I do have my original box, I'm going to be putting it in, and reporting back how my communication is with DNT, how quick it is, how accurate, and if I run into any, I guess you could say, hiccups in the process. So check back. I'm hoping there's only a part 2 to this and not a bunch of ranting. Things do happen with electronics. I understand that, so I'm not really, you could say, too bent out of shape about this happening, aside from it costing me couple boxes of some pricey 6.5 ammo that I had out doing this. But it is what it is. I was out shooting, monkeying around, so I enjoyed my time with the rifle. So hey, check back. Let me know if you've had any issues with a Zulus powering down on you, and or if you've had any return situations going on with DNT at this point. But look back for part 2 on this one, and we'll go from there. Thanks for checking back in, and hey, get on out there and keep on shooting.